Hello everyone, this is Professor Kent. Today's recording is Shady's Corner. That's chapter 13. I will be going through the journal entries. Again, I have a new version, but the data files are the 24. I will be using 25 data files. So first thing you're going to do is the first thing we have to do is that I needed to advance the date, and in order for me to advance the date, I needed to change the session date. I'm going to change the session date to, they're saying June 7th, so I am going to go to June 7th. And again, I'm doing it in 2025, but my data file, my files are the source document are 24. So if your files are your data files are different, or the source files are different, you needed to make those adjustments. It should be similar, but shouldn't be too much different. So first one is we got a memo on June 1st, create 3 new divisions. How do we create the divisions? You're going to click on the division and double click on this, and then you're going to create. And the first division they want you to create is store sales. Control C. Allocation will be made by percentage. Okay. The division is Control V. We don't know. They didn't tell us the end date or the any other information. I'll say create a new. The next one we will be doing it for allocation 3 divisions: store supplies, planting, and design. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, just to make it easy for me. And I'm going to do first one is planting, and it's June 1st. Sorry, I should have changed the date for the other one to June 1st. Create another. I'm going to do next one, and it is just for the design, and it is the date they're starting with January 1st. Save and close. I just have to change the store supply. The date should be the 1st. So we have done our first one. So shouldn't be pending. So did they say in progress? Yeah, we could, instead of pending, we can always change into in progress. So this is the double click. You can make it as in progress. It's not cancelled, it's not completed, and I'll just say save. I'll just do in progress. I don't think it does much when you do this. All we have to do is just pending for an approval. So in this case, we don't have any approval. So let's go further. Now we are going to go to see what the next first transaction they're asking us to do. When you're doing the transaction, again, you make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to, like what your source documents are saying. So I'm just going to go to the left so that I'm able to see the full. This is the problem. The reason why is that I don't have my laptop is not as big as it's like a small little laptop, and the screen isn't big, so that I am unable to get everything on the same page. Come on, I will have to see what else I'm gonna do here. So the next one is on the June. The second transaction is you received invoice, and the invoice is for from Home Energy. The name of the company is Home Energy, and then we're allocating to different departments. So we received an invoice. If you received an invoice, it's an accounts payable, and the come on. Sometimes it's just Control C, and let's go. I'm gonna go to the payable, and it is It's a purchase invoice, and the invoice number is HE441, and it is the date is June the 1st, and it is from home energy. And we're, of course, there's a utility. The amount is 280 plus the HST, so the amount is 280. And then what we have is we needed to allocate it to the divisions, and they have to give us the percentage. Again, I am going to click here, and if you click to the divisions, and they told us they'll give us the percentage. They told us in the percentage, in this case they told us 70, 20 and 10. So 17, 20 and 10. So I am going to go in 70, and that will be 70%. It has to be equal to 100. My next one is my which department? Planting. That will be my 20%. And my next one is my design, and that will be my other 10%. So if you tab it over, the amount should be this, and it is paid within 10 days and everything. I'll just say okay. And if I were to show you the display, the journal entry, your journal entry should look like exactly like this, which is good. We've done what we needed to do. Let's go to the next one. I'm gonna close it, and we are gonna post this transaction. Next transaction, we sent a check 581. If you sent a check, it's a payment, and we are going to make a payment, check number 375, and it is Mobler Dennis, and the date we did it on June 1st. Let's do that. And there will be there's no discount available, so we're paying the full amount. And I'm gonna click no, we're paying, sorry, no, we send a check to different company. I went into the next one. In this case, it is Grown Field. Do you want to disregard? Yes. And it is for 900. The date is June 1st, and the check number is 581, and we tab it somewhere else. Your transaction should look like this. We're good. I will post the transaction. We'll say okay. My next one is on June 2nd. You sent a check. So again, we're sending a check to Mobler, and the check number, and there's an exchange rate too. So we are making a payment for the invoice MD 724, and there is no no, they're saying they sent a check 375, which is good, and the DKR amount is 8160, which we know that the exchange rate they said is 1. So there could be gain and loss, and we're paying for MD24. I click on the screen, and then if you go to display a payment, it should be for 670. So this is with the exchange rate, and you should have how much is equal. So we will close this, and I will the date is the 2nd. I made a mistake with the date. Make sure your dates are right. Sometimes when I go, I could be doing it so quickly that I might misdate it. Now we're receiving next, and what we have is next receives a check 4887 from this company. If you're receiving it, go into receivable. I will go to receipt. In this case, it is ACTN, and check number is that. The date here was June the 2nd, so we wanted to put the date June the 2nd, and it is sorry, I have to go from the left to the right. There's a discount available. Your transaction should look like this. We're good to go. Let's go forward. and I'm going to post this transaction. Let's go forward, and then my next transaction is an invoice. I just need a little bit more. So if it's an invoice, that will be under payable, and in this case it's a purchase invoice, and it is Mobler Mobler Dunux, and the date is June the 2nd. I will do June 2nd, and the invoice number I'm going to copy and paste to make my life easier. And they told us June the rate was and it is 201, just to make sure the rate is right. And we have indoor and outdoor carpet, and then these are some of the items. So that goes to your indoor outdoor. It will be your so 6,000. They're all in DKR order. So let's see if I could pinpoint what the account number is going to be. Your account number, did they say to create a new account here? They said to always verify the amount. Entering the duty rate or does not provide the duty. Okay, that's fine. So let's look at this. I just needed to see what the duty is. So the duty account in the duty field. Okay, that's fine. So let's look at our first one. If there is no account for patio furniture, I don't see it. So I'm going to create a new account, and that will be called a patio furniture. They're asking you to create some of the accounts. So in this case, they want you to create a freight expense and store sales. So let's do the carpet first, because I see carpet, which is your, I don't have a carpet account. Okay, let's create the carpet account. 1320. I wanted to create that account, a carpet account. It's an asset. I'm going to do that. Number is 1320. The name of the account is carpeting, P-E-T-I, carpeting. And I'll say next. Finish. So this is my carpeting, and the carpeting amount was now I have to, there's a duty on it, so the amount might be different, comes out to be duties when you're doing the duty. So I am going to just put it in the amount for now, and then I will see if that's the amount that comes, because I needed to make sure the account is right, because once we do the duties then it'll come okay, because I needed to come up with the same invoice. My next one is your armchair and patio set. So let's do the armchair. So I'm just going to put everything in the patio then. That will be your new account. The new account will be your 1400. If it's not there, we needed to create it, and that will be your plant patio furniture. I don't have an account, so I needed to create it. I'm going to create 1400, and then the name I'm going to say patio furniture. Patio furniture. God, patio furniture, P-A-T. So I'll say next. Did I create it already? Maybe. Okay, I'll just say cancel. Oh, I already have it. 1400. I put it 1400. I didn't see the account. Cancel. I'll look for it one more time. I don't see 1400. I don't know why they're saying it. I'll just say crate 1400. Maybe it was in there, so that's why. But going to say next. Am I don't know what's wrong. I have to. I'm gonna close this for a second and I'm gonna discard it. I'm gonna go one more time. Maybe something is not there. That I'm gonna see if 1400 is there. See, I don't see 1400. Let's see. Let's try to create another. Create 1400. I hope it gives me. Could be maybe part of my inventory. Let's see if I could do part of my inventory. My F04, let's do that. I know I got an armature and we are getting 4. I think it's part of my inventory, so that's why it's not letting us do that. 4 chairs, and it is the price will be 4 chairs. I'm just gonna put it in here. We are gonna go to F01, and it is also how many? 2. So I am gonna go to 2 just to for sure, and then I have an indoor carpeting, which is the account that I was created 1320. That is my carpeting, and I'm just gonna put an indoor slash outdoor carpeting. And the cost was 6,000 there. I just have to make sure my amounts are right. I'll do that at the end, just to because I need to do freight charges. They want us to create a new one for carpet, and I needed to create account for duties, freight. The freight expense, so we have to create the freight expense. They said the cost is 290.97, and that should be to the freight expense. I hope I have the freight expense, otherwise we have to create it. Oh, it's right here, freight expense. And then I needed to do an import duty, and let's see if I can. First I needed to charge the duty to these accounts. In this case, we have a duty account, which is, let's see, so I am going to create an invoice. Sorry, I had to take a call, so I wasn't sure where I was, so I just have to pause the screen to go. So I don't know where I was, so I am going to create a new invoice that will be for Mobler 916. So Control C. Let's see if we get all the. I'm going to pick up a Mobler, and it is the invoice number. Control V, and the date is, they told us, is June 2nd. And the 210, I think it's 210, everything was created. The date, the exchange rate is 2.1. That's the exchange rate. Again, we might have to do it a couple times because I don't know. I haven't done this file before, so sometimes it becomes a little bit challenging. So my first one, I know they told me the total import charge was this much, and the Canadian was this. So this rate is Canadian. So if I do a 290.97, and that is for the duty. So the duty should be a payable, importer duty payable, and they said the import duty is charged to these these three things. always verify the rates and the amounts are correct. If you're entering the duty as 12.5 does not provide the correct results, type 750 in the duty field. So they said to add some of the things, but we could always add some. They're asking us to do it, so the amount is 750 for this, so they want you to kind of in the duty field. So we will definitely do that. So if I were to do, let's if I go to the division, I have to still do the amount before I could do that. That's my duty. I will go into my next one is my carpet. We're gonna select the carpet, and I am thinking it is 6,000, but there's a duty in it, but that's going to change later on. And I am going to, if you click set for allocation, that's okay. I did not do the allocation for the freight expense, but which is okay. We are gonna, the freight expense is my next one, which should be set up for my which will be 12. Freight expense is 1200. I will select it. The amount, it should be selected for store. So if I double click on it, and I'm going to click on the store supplies, so that should be the full amount. 100% should go into, we say okay. Now we're going to go further. I have my next one, I have my FA04. They told us is the rate isn't right. The amount should be, there's 4 of them. 4. The amount I might have to adjust later on because I have to do it manually on my calculator, and that is 2. My amount isn't right. It's 17 amount. So let's see. This should be, I'm gonna check what number did I come up with. 7.6. Let me pause it for a second. Before I do that, I needed to put it into this one, and if I have a import duty, so I needed to kind of charge the duty free. So my duty was, my duty is, import duty is this. So if I were to collect, something is not right. I needed to allocate the duty. All right, I am gonna go forward this way. So the duty, they said to either charge it to the percentage. They told us the indoor here was patio is 8%. These are 2 are 8%, and they said this one should be the 12.5, or they said to put 750. It does automatically come, but my number is not balanced still, so I might be out by some number. Let's see where I'm out. Otherwise I will manually do the transaction and see where I am out. It is right. The only one is my patio furniture is incorrect, my patio and GST. If that's the case, that's the only one that is incorrect, so I needed to fix that. So patio furniture 1400. The patio furniture is not right, so because the amount, they said that if the amount isn't right, fix the amount. Let's see what they wanted to fix. Sometimes they're like give you notes, but the notes are not very clear. I needed to go this way. All right, so let's I got it figured out. I had to do manually see where I was going wrong. So now when you're doing a purchase invoice, you're doing a mobile or DENSEC, that pay later. That's the invoice date. The invoice date is the June the 2nd. You're going to put it in the you have to change the price manually. FA4, it would be 280 and it should come up with this number, and the duty is 8% and 8%, and this is 12.5. They told us in the question. You also have to do FA2, and my amount for they told us the amount is 6,000 76 11 20. So make sure these amounts are same, and these are the duties that you have put it in. They said they also told us in the question the freight expense should be charged to your division. They said the full amount should be charged to the, what department is that, store sales. So we're going to charge it to the store sales. I will say okay, so that should be the one they should be charging it. So now if I were to, and the freight here you have to put 1200 because they told us the 1200, so that is there. But you might not get the same number that you were getting the way they do it if you don't do it this way. So let's see what your thing should look like. Your entry should look like 356, 1894, 479, 241. That's the split that you're doing to store department. 369 and 299.7. So this is a correct entry, and I am going to post this transaction. Let's go to the new one. Make sure your exchange rate are done right. So I'm going to post this transaction, and we will say okay. So the next transaction, I have recorded invoices JM860 from Jorgensen. So let's go here. We might have to do some work here too. I am going to see if I can kind of make it smaller so I see everything. Well, if not, then we are gonna go to Jorgensen Mobler, and the first one is, I'm just gonna click the amount, the account first, then we could go back and fix the FA24. Then I needed to kind of see the amount. My screen is so small that there, let's see, and I hope it works. So the amount here should be 6,400. So if I were to do it on a calculator, you might need to adjust it. 6,400 divided by your 4 gives you 1,600 for the first one. You want to change it to 1,600, and we needed to do the next one, 920, and that is divided by 2, so it gives me 460 here. So I just wanted to make sure that you have the right account. There is so the first quantity is your 4, and the second quantity is your 2. So we done those two, and then my freight is 18,800, but they said to make sure your numbers are correct. But I'm going to fix the first amount and then we will deal with it. They said, should they charge it to any department? Should be the freight, should be charged to the store sales. So I know that this amount I am going to put it, but I don't need to put an amount. Let's see what the amount should be, because they've given us the HST total. We wanted to make sure the numbers are correct before we could kind of get to the level that we want. So when you're recording the transaction, make sure your number comes out to be the same. This is a foreign exchange. I forgot the invoice number, and Control C. I'm gonna put the invoice number. The date is June 2nd. I'm gonna put the date to June 2nd. This is your exchange rate, 2.01. The first one, the amount should be 6,400, 920. They told us the freight is 800. And all the freight should be charged to your store supplies division. So I'm going to click on it, and store supplies is 100%. I will say okay. My total amount is 9338, and let's go back, and my let's go back to your transaction and see what the transaction should look like. Your transaction should look like that, so we're good to go. Let's go forward. I am going to close this and post the transaction. I'll say okay. Now we have done we're going to go to the 8th transaction. It is a sale, and it is for it's a visa, paid by Visa. So if it's a sale, I needed to go into my my receivables. So I don't know what happened to my, there we go. It is I am going to my receivables, and it is a sales invoice, and it is, in this case, it is from Efron. So it is going to be a new, they said to create a new account, and the payment method for this person should be a Visa. I'm gonna add it to make sure I'm gonna pick up all these names from here. I have a PDF, so if you don't have a PDF, you needed to enter manually the address. So the street address is there. They said it's a Halifax, Nova Scotia. The postal code is Control C. The postal code is there, and they said the option is they told us the revenue account. No, they did not tell us what the revenue account should be charged to, but the terms are given to us, and then it is net 1 day. 1 day, and then instead of pay later, it is my Visa transaction, and this is a receipt. Well, the Visa. So I will say save and close. We are good to go. So now we created it, and this invoice is going to be sales invoice 166. The date is the 4th, and what we have is Visa has already set it up, and we sold. This is a sale, so we are gonna sell them FT 31, and that is 1. And then go to the next one. We are going to sell FT 33, and that is your select, and that is your 4. We'll fix everything else when we display the transaction. At this point, we're going to go through what we sold them. FT 37, and we sold them 1 item. Going to the next line, we sold them SH. They're in the alphabetic order, so SH03, and we sold them 10 of them. We just wanted to make sure the price is right. After that, we have another one, which is SC03. We select it, and that is my 3. And delivery charges, there are delivery charges too, so let's look at the amount and see if everything is right. My delivery charges, you can put it in here. The freight was, how much was the freight? $100. So let's see if our transaction is right, and then if it's not right, we can fix it. 294 looks fine. So make sure your transaction should look like that. But the only thing we didn't do is this revenue goes to a different divisions. If we were to look at it, did they tell us which division should they go? 100% the revenue expense inventory allocated to the store supplies expense. So we needed to charge it to the store, and their SC3 is to the planting. SC3, you wanted to put it to the 100% to the planting, and your all the other one, we said okay, all the other one should be your store sales. So let's do that. hope we are doing everything what we are supposed to do. It should be good. I can double check and it's okay. It just makes it a little bit complicated when we have the divisions that we needed to do. Sometimes they tell you very quickly, sometimes they don't. And let's see if my transaction is what we supposed to do. So we have store supply and planting. So it just splits it in this way, but if you enlarge your screen and then your splitting comes at the right side, these are the divisions. As long your amounts are okay, that's all that matters. So 320, 60, 60. So we're good to go. We are going to display, not display, I am going to post this transaction and make sure your amount is right. It is right, 6612. So I am going to post this transaction. We're good to go to do our next one. Next one is your MasterCard. And let's see, we say okay, and we are going to go to our next one. We complete a MasterCard and we're selling them. So I will close this, and in this case it is Leanne. We don't have Leanne. We needed to create a new customer. Again, when you create a customer, you have to do a full ad. I am going to copy and paste everything. Sorry. Control C, Control V. So that's your customer, and the address is the Highland. Make sure you're going to get marks for the putting up the full information, and I am going to put Control C. And they said it is a net 10. So my options, there is no discount, and there is a discount. Everything is paid in 1 day, and they're going to use the MasterCard. Here is going to be a MasterCard. So I will save and close. Now you're ready to do your transaction. We sold, make sure your amount that you sell is right. So first one is FT33. FT33, and we sold them 6 items. I'm going to go to next one, your FT34, and we sold them 1 item, and the price is $725, $980. The delivery they told us is 100, and the invoice number is 167. It is paid by MasterCard. They said everything should be going to 100% should be going to to the store sales division. So we go here, we will say 100%. I'll go to my top. That is also should be going to there. 100%. We'll say okay. We have to make sure our amount is right, and we just wanted to double check. How we check is display your transaction. In order to display it, your amount should be I'm just going to stay here for a couple seconds to show you how if you can compare it with your numbers. So make sure you display the transaction before you could save it. Otherwise you have to reverse the entry and make the adjustment to it. Our date is right, everything is correct. I am all right. So this is to remove the credit card processing details for the sale. That means they're not going to have a credit card sales after. They might have on credit, but we'll worry about it later. I'm going to post this transaction. We are going to say okay. We're going to close this transaction. Going further, we received a memo from the owner. The 2 customers have authorized automatic debit payments. In this case, it is a Hopewell and your Rock Manor. So these are the direct deposit information they provided us. We needed to put it into their customers. First one is my Hopewell. You double click on it, and what they did is they have a pre-authorized debit for us. So the bank account, the branch number, you have to copy and paste so that the money automatically goes into the bank account when you are institution is. I'm just going to put it. Sometimes when you do copies, maybe takes a little longer. I'll just do it this way. I'll do it in the account number. They told us the account number is 655-7777. So that's the invoice. I will say save and close. I'm going to go to Rockville Mentor. They have a pre-authorized debit. Branch number is 78129. My institution number is 003, and your account number is, I'm just going to, so we are done what we needed to do. Now what we are going to receive money from them. So let's go to the 11th transaction. We have is we're receiving money. So you're going to go to the receipts. First one is your Hopewell College. Yes, that is correct. It is on the 6th. So let's go here. It is on the June 6th because there is going to be a discount. And you have to go from the left to the right. When you do that, you make sure you have report display, and it should look like checking Canadian sales discount and accounts receivable. So this is the right entry. I am going to post, it says CP220 will be entered as a check number. So I will put CP20 here. I will close this, post this transaction. We are done. We are going to go to our next receipt is Rockville. Again, the check, they want you to put the prepayment, and it is for June 6th, 20% discount. We go from the left to the right to make sure your amounts are correct. In this case, did they tell us what they want us as a receipt number? Receipt number is 42020, and this is applied to this. We are going to display a transaction. Your transaction should look like this. I'm going to close this transaction, and we are going to post it. Let's record it. We're going to go to our next we're going to record a purchase. When you record a purchases, you have to go to the payable, and you're going to go to the purchase. Again, we're going to put it everything in, and then we will fix it, the amounts that needed to be. And it is Mobler, and it is on June the 6th. The exchange rate is, did they tell us what the exchange rate is? Yes, they told us it's 2.05. 2.05 is the rate, and I will say okay. Now what are these item numbers? Let's put it in the item numbers, and we'll put we'll put it in the amount. That's 1531. First one should be 31, FT 31. My next one is the quantity is 15. My next one is going to be the FT33. We selected, and the items are 48 items. And then FT35, it is and a table, and they are ordering 5 of them. FT35, and they are ordering 5 of them. And then we wanted to know if the amounts are coming right. So the best way to do is, if you go to the left side, I'm just going to show you how to calculate. If you take this amount divided by the items, it tells you what it should be charged. So if the price isn't coming up right, you needed to fix the price, and your freight should be the 2000. We wanted to make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. Let's look at this. 40500, divided by 15 should be 2,700 for the first one, and we will do the division after. 91,200 divided by your 48 should be your 1,900. Going to the next one, you have 3,500, and we purchased 5 of them. Divided by 5, that should be 700. The amount is not right. Oh, 7,000. No, sorry, 3,500. It is. And this is, the amount is 2,000. So the amount should be 15,780, which comes out to be right. But before we do that, I needed to know where we're putting the duty to. So you have to put the amount to 950 to first one, 950 to this, 950 to the other. So you are going to go to the right click here on where the division is, and they told us the duty is going to 9.5 for everyone. So 9.5. So let's do that. So in this case, so you're going to charge the freight. There's a different way of doing it. I'm going to take it the easy route, and because they told us in the question is 9.5 for each one. So 9.5, 9.5, and 9.5. So let's display our transaction and see if everything is what they're supposed to be. 18, 93, 4, 10, 32, 34, 90. And I have everything is correct. And the only thing is that I don't know where is my freight is. I did not do this one. It is charged to which department? It said the freight expenses entirely to the store supplies expense. So 100% going to the store division, store supplies expense. So 100% going there. I'll say okay. And I have done everything needed to be done. Now we are ready to post this transaction. It is net 30. I did not put in my invoice number, and the date is the 6th. So my invoice number, Control C, will go here. These are big transactions. It takes longer to do that. Make sure you're paying attention to the date and the amounts. So we're done with that. I will close this. Sometimes it is goes with my I am going to go to my next invoice that is on the memo number 14, and memo number 14 is a sale to Hopewell College, and it's a pre-authorized debit from them. So I am going to go to my receivable, and it is going to be my sales, and sale is to Hopewell College. The date is, the sale number is 768, June 6th, and they're going to get 2% discount. They're getting an immediate 2% discount, and the check, we will put it like that, 2%. Now what did we sell them? Let's sell them the items first and see if everything works out. First one is FT31. We sold 4 items. My next one is my FT33, and we sold them 28, and it is a they paid us a debit card, so we have to change that to FX42. We select it, and that will be 8. Going further, we have a FX43, and that will be 28. Now we need, oh sorry, cancel this. Instead of pay later, we have a pre-authorized. It's not set up. I thought we did set it up. We did set it up. Oh no, they said in this case they wanted a checking, so they said they wanted to pay by check. Pay by check. Pay by check. All right, and the check number I don't know. We have a free delivery and they get 2% discount, so we already have that 2%. Now I just want to know if my amounts are correct. There's an HSD on them and the amount should be 25922. Was uploaded to the bank account, but that's the check number. We are not, then we don't get this. No, sorry, I do get it. Let's see what the amount comes out to be in order for us to see it displayed. No, this is right. And then what did they ask us to charge it to? Our revenues are allocated to the store supply, so we have to go to the division, and it is everything is to the store. Say okay, go to the next one. You have to make sure you select the amount in order to apply the 100%. If you don't, then it doesn't apply. Okay, go to this one again, and one more time. That's our last one, and we will select it. We have done everything that we needed to do. Did they give us the check number? They said the reference number should be CP 2022, so I'm going to put it in the number CP 22. The date is June 7th. We're good to go. Let's do that. We're going to post this transaction and we're done with that. The next one, they're asking us to do the memos for Bell Canada, and then for the telephone we wanted to pay them direct deposit. It is your payable, and your payables are the Bell Canada. We wanted to pay them direct deposit, so you needed to put it in the branch number and the information that is given to us. Come on. 4200 003 42006, and then the branch number is 003, and the account of our bank account is 2988 298 899. I'm going to save and close. Now we are going to go to our number 17. I'm going to record the video up to the next session date, and I might have to do more than one recordings. Let's go to our next transaction. Our next transaction is, so our next transaction is asking us to create a group account for 5210 and allocate it to these two. So let's go and create an account. I have to go to the company, and you're going to create chart of account. The account will be file, and we're going to create it. What the number they want you to do is 5210, and that is my 5210, and it is for the, let's do it here, and it is for the insurance expense. And we have a divisions for this. It's a group account. It's we're allowing the division allocation. So now either we're going to save, and class option should be cost of goods sold. We'll say save and close. It's a G account I created. So now we wanted to make sure that it goes to the right accounts, because 100% should be charged. So if it's a recurring transaction, I have to go into my general journal, and in this case we're paying for the insurance company. Either so we have a choice to charge it to put it in the accounts payable, or we can put it into my my general journal, and the invoice number that we're paying for is CT3669. Who told you what we're paying for is a monthly premium, and that is Control C, and you're going to paste it. It is in a Canadian amount, and the account we're charging it is the one we just created, which is your insurance expense. I thought it was 5210. Should be operating expense. We will fix that. So I will fix it. Double click on it. If you I will show you how to fix it. In this case we have the amount is 380, and that we also have a we're paying it out of our the bank Visa and Canadian check account, and it's a monthly, and it is that they told us the allocation, so we have to go here on the allocation, and you are charging all three. So the first one is my store design is 20, so I'm going to put 20 here. I go to my next one, which is your planting, with also 20. Go to the last one, and that's your store supply, should be the 60%. So we say okay, and we are going to show you the transactions. Your transaction should look like this. We are good. I'm going to close this transaction, and we are the one more thing I have to show you. If you're creating a income statement at the end, our chart of account was incorrect, so I'm going to go to chart of accounts that I did. It should be part of your operating expenses, not cost of goods sold. So you're going to go to your 52. We just created a for future 10, and it should be your class option, should be your operating expenses. Save and close. We are done. Now we are going to do our next one. The invoice marked as paid was received on June 7th, bill pay, and it is for the internet. So either you do it in your GL, or you could also do it in your payables. Let's show you a different way of doing it. The other transaction also could have been done in here too, under the vendors. So I am going to go to purchases, and we are going to go here onto the Bell Canada. Instead of pay later, it is going to be the check, and it is for Bell Canada. The invoice number should be the date is good, so it's 340 plus the HST, so the amount is 340, and it should be charged same thing, 40 to the store. So you're going to start 40 to the, and then we have 20 to the design and 20 to the other one. Plant design is 20, and my planting is 20. So the transaction that we did previously could also be done in here too. So it doesn't matter which way we do. It does not change anything for your reporting purposes or anything. So the the number will be VP36. That's the check number that we needed to add to. So let's display it a transaction to show you it is what it looks like. So I will post this transaction. We posted. I was just looking at something, how many more transactions to do. So now we have a memo number 5 is they're saying upload the 2 direct deposit made by so in this case we already done these 2 transactions, and they're just telling you to upload them onto your to direct deposit. So either you do it in your, if it's a memo, you could have done these 2 transactions in the general journal. I showed you one at the journal and I showed you one at the other one. This one was I did not create a monthly recurring transaction, which is okay. We could kind of we could do it later on too if we needed to do that. I'm going to stop this video here. It has 75 transactions. I only reached up to the 14, so I'm going to record the second one soon. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Take care and bye for now.